and Landon Regali, coming at you from the privacy of my beloved benefactor's safety and sanctuary. At the time of this recording, it is January 6th, 2024 on Saturday. So, if you've been following my story, I am a chosen one, and I really didn't understand what that entailed, and it's been this past year that everything's gone kind of bukkake in a way, because it's like crash course in understanding and learning. And one of the things I have gleaned is that, those who participate in the group stalking in this criminal crime ring that is national. This is the joint forces of black magic practitioners with the mafia, and with the healthcare system. I said the healthcare system, bitches. Basically, your government, you would consider your mobsters. The government and every branch of it that endorsed the treason, which includes the military. So, all it needed was just one little thread, and everything fall down like the dominoes. It really is. Dead. So, while I'm learning with the profile, because I'm very much an energetic learner, and I understand that, your group stalking, enables the child molestation, because your group stalking is a satanic sacrifice circuit, and it is covens that run this energetic, diabolic energy that we know in our country as the gang stalking, which is otherwise group stalking. If you go with gang stalking, that's because you're socially engineered. It basically is a Nazi presence within the context of our era in this time frame. So the best way to understand it would be to think back and research the Berlin Wall. That is the energy that we have right now within the undertone and currents. So knowing that this is a coven that is ran by covens, it is ran by child molesters, bitches. Unless, if you're comfortable with children being molested, well, stay in your goddamn treason circuit and keep on with your government grubbing. Because we're socially profiling everybody that participates. So in the knowledge of that, and you still hoe out your children to participate, what that says, if you want to expand on that thread, that says you more than likely are prostituting them. You more than likely are pimping them out. Because if you're not already, that's the next step your murdering handlers get you to do. Uh-oh. And so why? It's because the act of sexual practices, they're able, the esoterically minded that have the wisdom of that, are able to energy harvest off their victim and take that energy, and they know how to wield it into riches for themselves. Whereas the ones that's being hoed out, the one that's actually literally being prostituted, dumbasses. Whenever you join them, they groom your children to be prostitutes, with or without you there. They can prostitute them in their bedrooms and get them to do sexual acts for the camera and everything. Not that you would know. And when they say they're going to church, where are they really going? Not that you would know. But you just linked up with the fucking devil. I mean, how many times have you guys been running targets into the ground already? So you got a young person there? The social profile says you are pimping them out. I'm just telling you what the profile is. Don't get mad at me. Those are the cohorts you've decided to link up with. You have no moral compunction running your sideways game at somebody. You feel dignified about that. And what's the next step? Oh, yeah, it's to poison the food. And what's the next step from that? Open ritual sacrifice. And what's the next step from that? Oh, you got a lovely young lady, young man. They're going to groom that bitch, to be a prostitute. So I encourage everybody involved in the covens, stop having your group sex. Those bitches are tooling you. They're using you. These are energetic vampires, literally. They siphon your energy through the, or even if you just go, they can siphon your energy just if somebody goes down on you, honey. So, I mean, you guys are already hoeing out your liberties and your morals and your ethics. You guys are one sidestep away from hoeing out the young pussy you house in your fucking dorm, or your fucking whatever you want to call it. Your home of massacre, your home of gruesome twosums. I mean, because come on now, you have allowed the devil to come in and squat on your liberties where integrity should be. And unless you come out with the truth, well, that means you're still a goddamn whore of squatting on liberties and accomplices to murder. And I'm going to do a shout out to my sister, Marcy. Marcy, I love you. I've always loved you. I've never hated you. Okay. I was tired of you bullying me. I didn't like it no more. So I was like, I got out of there. And apparently you couldn't leave well enough alone. Lamb, he has been your handler this whole time, honey. He was planted in your life by the same people you're dealing with on the down low. And Dick Tracy #1, that has been you. He only did you because he can't have me, honey. And you only did him because you hate me. But that set aside, y'all have to understand something. Bloodlines matter. And Marcy, if you decided to throw in the towel and stop that guy, good for you. Because they were harvesting your energy. They were mentally manipulating you. Because whenever somebody gets mental confliction or confusion, there's a burst of energy there. And when that burst of energy happens, these fool asses have the technology to hoisten that from you, and they have the esoteric tools to do it. They're satanic worshipers, honey. They know the what, and the who, and the hizzy. And they know who yields the highest energies for they get more bang for their buck. And it's like, while they're all, hoeing you guys out, you didn't teach my children to be prostitutes, did you? And I blame you, fucking government, FBI, whoever. While you have the knowledge of this going on, you had kept me in the dark this long, and you've kept my children in the dark this long. Oh my God. And allowed them to continue to have their personalities poisoned by the beast itself, that old hag, Barbara. Ew. Who bangs that crusty cunt? Y'all deserve a trophy. A yeast-filled trophy. God damn, gross. I mean, because sexual practices is the cornerstone of your covens, which run the goddamn gang stalking. And so if you got a young person, sitting at your dinner table that you have trained to hoe out their liberties, your next step is to hoe out their pussy and their vagina. And if you don't see that coming, you're welcome. I liberated you by sharing some knowledge that I have gleaned from others. I'll talk about that another time. So congratulations, honey bunny, on your first step to recovery. Because you're worth so much more than all of that. I love my sister. But you've been a whore, all that with me. But I forgive you. I am full love, full forgiveness, and full endorsement of karma, honey. I have to eat, I think it was my queen's eye Thoreau that had said something about the one who, referring the collective, had to eat every brick thrown at them. I have had to eat every brick thrown at me. That means you all have to eat all the same bricks you threw at me energetically in the 5D. So that can get you anytime, anywhere. I did put you all on notice that until I get my fucking comeuppance, my fucking inheritance, and the truth publicly, the bodies are going to keep dropping. Illness is just the first step toward shock. And if you don't know what shock is, it's the transition between life and death. You all in your fucking satanic sacrifice circuit and your military that have been so wanton with your own vaginas and your own penises and your godforsaken covens and your sex practices. Y'all got HIV passed out amongst you guys. That's just for starters. I'd imagine that would be the appetizer of what's to come. I don't know. I'm just a messenger here and everything, but I know that that's just an appetizer. I'm going to say that again, an appetizer. So blame yourselves. This is just all karma being leveraged at you. I, for one, don't practice the black arts. I really don't know much about it at all. But I do know putting your dick in your pussies where it shouldn't be, and then eating out people where your tongue shouldn't be. That's what's getting you all hemmed up. How many children are being molested right now? How many children are in your little concentration camp somewhere out in the world? And how many of you fool-ass bitches running your psychotic game, being Satan's foot little puppets, by running the goddamn defamation slandering circuit, by being fucking Auschwitz? You're expendable. They can control, alt, delete you like that. You've already stepped into it. This is worse than the DEA. I'm coming to hound you. You are being hounded by the angels themselves, bitches. Don't you like everything you've put me through? All of the defamation, all of the slander, all of the wanton sex magic practices. Barbara did hire Jeff Weed to infect me with HIV. It didn't happen, did it? And all of that wonderful things that you guys are so materialistic and sniveling and groveling towards. Wouldn't it have been better just to be poor and clean than poor and ratchet? And all of that good stuff that you guys got sloughing off the blood and bone marrow of molested children never really bothered you, did it? It's going to bother you now, since none of you had, come forward with posting any of your own truth. That's on you. I gave you a recipe. That's just for starters. Do what you want. I don't give two fucks. So, all of you fucktards, you have ensued your karma upon your family. That gets written into your DNA real time. No spell work required. You did it. Because each time you come energetically at somebody that don't deserve it and it comes back to you, your body can only do how many life sentences? Oh, and guess where the rest of the life sentences go? On your own bloodline, dumbasses. So whenever the bodies keep dropping, that's just an appetizer. How come to this date, January 6, 2024, nobody's come to bridge the ambiguity with truth over here? It is a lot easier just to try to get the $1 billion piñata to crack, isn't it? Not gonna happen, bitches. So the next best thing, they go to you, honey bunny, to get you to do so they can siphon your energy, honey, and destroy your life. Because, you are my sister. if I'm $1 billion liquidated, you're at least $1 million liquidated. They're ready to crack your eggs so they can get your organs too. And then there you are, throwing away your family, gambling them. What's going to happen to your children? If you're worth $1 million, what do you think they're going to be worth? Liquidated. Did you teach them to be haters? Did you teach them to stonewall? Look it up. You guys did a lot of stonewalling at me when our mother was alive. You couldn't even let me be just to enjoy my mother without you pulling out your goddamn camera and recording me and instigating me. You're poking the bear. What does that say about you, my dear? At any rate, I'm very proud of you for learning to keep your fucking tunnel closed. But I would suggest that everybody be very conscientious about who you guys are with, because there's a spiritual war going on out there. And you know what? It doesn't matter what your bloodline is or isn't. The fact is, you've given up your pussy or your penis. They can siphon your energy and just leave you a shell and give you pences on the fucking pounds, while these assholes live large on your fucking energy. And the way to that is by creating chaos and conflict in your life, by orchestrating it. I mean, look at my life. They did that to me. I speak from experience. I speak from in the trenches. So when they say holding on to your joy is a weapon, it's the only weapon that's going to get you through it. And forgiveness. So there's your hack. Here's your big hack. Be thankful for every ounce of conflict that you have. For all the shit that happened to you that you didn't deserve, be thankful for that. Why? Well, because this is strategy. I'm giving you a goddamn fucking pearl of wisdom. That's not one that's all dripping around your neck. What that does is that since you're in the middle of shiitake, you're saying thank you for the shiitake because I know there's something for me to learn in it. The harder the shit, the bigger the prize. I promise. Is it easy? Fuck no. But why do you have to reinvent the wheel when I can just tell you how to get through it? Because I got through it. Am getting through it. I'll consider the finish line when I have my inheritance in hand and the truth. And the truth. Because let the bodies hit the floor. Unless all of that comes to me. And, well, you know, it's just not me. There's a bunch of targeted individuals who already have been railroaded into death. And there's a bunch of targeted individuals right now being targeted. A lot of them are your psychics and seers. Hardcore. Y'all have to cease and desist with that. That's contingent. Y'all gotta stop. Abolish the gang stalking. Unless the gang stalking is abolished. Everybody that's participating in that is just going to have to die. Because that's the Hitler suicide reward program you all signed up for in fucking Auschwitz. Hey, don't get mad at me. I'm just a messenger.